Bestie, your hair doesn't suck. You just have fine hair and you've never learned how to properly take care of it. Let me help you. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jazz. I make beauty and lifestyle content here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Today we are talking hair. We are talking specifically fine hair, which if you're a fine haired girl, you know there's not a lot of content for us out there, okay? There's not a lot of information. We've got all the girls on Pinterest and all the girls on TikTok with beautiful, long, luscious, coarse hair. What about us fine haired girls? What about us thinner haired girls? Don't worry, I got you. I do want to start off this video very quickly by showing you my new hair. I did show this in the last video, but if you didn't watch it, I did recently cut my hair, but I promise the thumbnail is my picture. It is my hair. But I cut my hair about 2 weeks ago because honestly, I was just tired of having long hair. I wanted a change. I wanted something fresh. And this shorter, like mid-length hair is just perfect. I think it is just so me. So that is why my hair looks different. It's not as long as it is in the thumbnail or in some of the clips that I'm going to show in this video. But I promise all of those clips are recent and my hair was that length. I promise. I worked really hard on my hair to learn it, to take care of it, to grow it out. But I did recently cut it. So just a fair warning, that is why it looks different. Like I said, I've always had fine hair. I've always had thinner hair and I really struggled to learn how to take care of it. And that's because I used to watch so many YouTube videos from girls that had like that long, thick, coarse hair. And I was like, well, if they're using that product, then maybe that product will work for me, or maybe it'll make my hair look like theirs. Well, if they're doing that hairstyle, then maybe I should try that too. But the truth is our hair is just so different and it really is all about genetics. So if you're consuming content and you're taking tips from girls with different kinds of hair, the truth is it will never work for you. Yes, you can take care of your hair and maybe then in the process, it'll get healthy and it'll go to its original state, which is thicker, more voluminous, long, and healthy. But if you've been taking care of your hair and you've never been able to achieve that, this is the hard pill to swallow. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. It is genetics. Your hair will never ever be thick. It will never be voluminous. It will never be just very coarse and heavy. That is just not in your genes, and that is okay? It took me a long time to accept my hair, but I finally have, and I've just accepted that it's just not in my genes, and that is completely okay. So I'm gonna share my 10 best rules that I've learned for fine hair. And like I said, I do have finer hair, more on the thinner side. So if you're watching this video and you're like, wow, I have very little amounts of hair, my hair just feels so delicate, it just doesn't look like the other girls, I am here for you. Here are my best 10 tips for fine hair. Before I continue, I do want to talk about the difference between fine hair, coarse hair, thick hair, and thin hair, because all of those are very different. Starting off with fine hair. Fine hair is referring to every single individual strand of your hair. If I had to give you an example, basically, if you look at every single individual strand, like literally every single individual strand, I bet you can barely even see a single individual strand. That is because I have very fine hair. So if I'm looking at every individual strand, it's more like a piece of string, like sewing string, like what you would use to sew, I don't know, a shirt or something. Versus someone with coarse hair, if you looked at every single individual piece of their hair, it looks more like a piece of yarn. So yarn is thicker, it's rougher around the edges. That means it can hold hairstyles a lot better. It can hold volume, in general has more volume, it feels thicker. So our hair is very different. That is what I'm going to be referencing in this video. Now the difference between thin and thick hair is looking more so at density. So basically how much hair you have on your scalp. So I do have thinner hair, which means that if I grab all of my hair, it looks like a very small amount. Even though when I fluff it out, it can look like a lot. I know it's not a lot. Versus someone with thick hair, I mean, this might be like a sixth of their hair and they have so much more density, which means they just have a lot more strands, if that makes sense. I hope the pictures I added helped a little bit. I know it's kind of hard to explain it. Anyways, that is what we're going to be referencing in this video, fine versus coarse hair, not so much focusing on thin versus thick hair, but just for reference, I do have hair on the thinner side. All right, my first rule, if you have fine hair, let go of the slick back hairstyles. In general, any tight hairstyle is not doing your hair or your scalp any justice. Tight hairstyles obviously tend to pull on your hair super tightly because we have fine hair. And I'm gonna say this 1,000 times this video, but I just want to make sure you got it, okay? Our hair is delicate. Every single individual piece of strand is literally hanging on by a thread, okay? No pun intended. Actually, is that even a pun? I don't even think it's a pun. It's literally hanging on by a thread. So if you are pulling and tugging with a tight hairstyle, I promise you, you are getting breakage, you are getting hair loss, you are literally ripping your hair out from your scalp. And if you already have thinner hair, this is a problem because you already have pretty low density when it comes to hair. And if you're losing more hair with these slick back buns or ponytails, you are going to have even less hair, which means it's gonna get even thinner, okay? If you're already struggling with making your hair look full or voluminous, you're gonna struggle even more if you continue to do slick back ponytails or buns. And again, it can cause breakage right in the middle, right where you put that ponytail band and you're just wrapping it around your hair. It's gonna cause breakage. And I've experienced a fair share amount of that as well with my hair. In fact, I had a hairstylist not too long ago tell me my hair felt a lot fuller at the top, and then as it got to the bottom, it just started to thin out even more. And I swear it's because of those slick back buns that I was doing for so long. And that is ultimately one of the reasons why I cut my hair. I was just tired of seeing so much breakage. So again, let go of those tight hairstyles. And I'm saying like once a week is fine, a couple times a month is fine, but I've seen people that do it regularly, either every day or every other day, and in my opinion, that is just too much. Just a little warning, I'm not a hair professional. I'm not a hairstylist, although I did learn how to cut hair when I was younger, so I have some credentials, okay? I'm kidding, but no, I'm not a professional hairstylist or anything. So obviously you do not have to listen to me. I am not saying that what I'm saying is 100% truth, but it is, in my opinion, what I have learned about my hair and what I've seen, and some of this is obviously backed up by some research. Rule number 2 is to wash your hair more often. Listen, if you are trying to hair train your hair and you are only washing your hair once a week or every couple days, you are not doing your fine hair any justice. Fine hair thrives when it's clean. As you can see, I just washed my hair today. Does it look bad? Guys, please don't tell me it looks bad. I just washed it. It's fluffy, it's voluminous, it's clean. Versus if I don't wash it in a couple of days, it's gonna look so weighed down. It's gonna look so oily, so greasy, because all that buildup literally weighs down our fine hair. So washing your hair more often is not only beneficial in terms of aesthetics and how your hair looks and feels, but it's also backed up by science. There's a study that shows, and I do want to give a warning, this study was done on Asian hair, so hair more similar to mine. Obviously, if you have a different hair type, then this study might not be applicable to you, but this study that was done on Asian hair shows that it's more beneficial to wash your hair more often, and people that didn't wash their hair as often actually experienced more hair loss, and that is because of a hormone that your scalp produces when you don't wash your hair, causing your hair to fall out. So trust me, wash your hair more often. Not only will you see it start to get fuller and more voluminous and it'll look better, but you will also experience hair growth if that is your goal as well, which I did, by the way. When I started washing my hair more often, I swear it grew so quickly. I mean, you guys saw how long I had my hair not just a couple months ago. So wash your hair more often. You will thank me. Don't be lazy. Wash it. My third rule involves sleep. How are you sleeping with your hair, huh? Are you just sleeping with your hair down in a cotton pillowcase, tossing and turning, elbowing your hair, getting stuck in the middle of the night? You are not doing your hair any justice once again. You need to sleep with your hair in a protective hairstyle, whether that be a loose braid or a loose ponytail. It needs to be some sort of hairstyle that keeps your hair out of the way when you are sleeping, because when you are tossing and turning and you're getting your shoulder and your elbow, obviously depending on how long your hair is, stuck, you are causing a lot of friction and pulling, which can lead to more breakage and honestly hair loss. Like, you might even be pulling your hair out of your scalp at night and not even know it. I started sleeping with my hair in a loose ponytail. I used to slip ponytails. Those things are so freaking expensive. Once again, I am asking if anybody has a dupe for one of those. Let me know, because I refuse to keep paying like $30 for 4 ponytails because I keep losing them because of my cats. But I haven't found a good dupe, so if anyone knows of a good dupe, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, I use those. I do a loose ponytail every single night. My hair is out of the way. I sleep better. There's not a lot of friction, and my hair doesn't wake up as frizzy or tangled as it used to. That's also because I don't sleep with a cotton pillowcase anymore. I switched to a slip or a silky pillowcase. That way my hair just has like more of a slippery surface to slip on when I'm like tossing and turning at night. And I keep saying tossing and turning. Some of you might sleep like a rock. If you sleep like a rock, then you might not even have a problem. But but I do not sleep like a rock, okay? I move so many times during the night, it's not even funny. I'm basically awake the entire night, just tossing and turning. So that is why I now sleep with my hair up and in a silk pillowcase, and my hair has never looked better, and it doesn't wake up as frizzy, damaged, out of control, or tangled. My fourth rule is to find a haircut that suits you. I know that the butterfly haircut is so freaking viral right now, and it has been for the past like 2 years. All the layers, all the face framing, the V-cut, everything. People love that haircut. It's all over my Pinterest, it's all over TikTok and Instagram. And guys, yes, layers look amazing, but I promise you, first of all, they are so much maintenance. If you are not consistently styling your hair, they just don't look good. Now, if you're like me and you have fine, thinner hair, the layers will look good for like a week or two, and then after that, your hair is just gonna look super choppy. And that is what happened to me. I don't know why I kept insisting on getting the butterfly haircut and getting layers and getting the V-shape when my hair was just not suited for that haircut. After like 2 weeks, my hair just looked so damaged. It looked so brittle at the end. It seriously looked like there was some major thinning going on at the ends of my hair. And I don't know why. I kept just thinking, oh, maybe I just need to get another haircut. Maybe I'm damaging my hair too often. Because our hair is thin and delicate, that means that the ends are also super delicate, which means we're more prone to split ends. Now, obviously, I think this goes without saying, get your regular haircuts. I'm not even gonna make that a rule in this video because you should know that. Get your regular haircuts, okay? Your regular trims, please. You are not doing your hair any justice if you have a bunch of split ends. But anyways, back to my original point. If you have layers, you are getting split ends literally all over your hair. I'm talking about the first layer, the second layer, the third layer. You will never ever see full hair growth because you will keep experiencing this like never ending cycle of having to cut your hair shorter and shorter because each layer that keeps growing is just growing damaged and more damaged. I don't know if that makes any sense, but just trust me, ever since I switched to a blunt cut, which means straight across, you guys, okay? You can do slightly rounded corners, but straight across, no layers, no V-cut, no bowl, no U, just straight across. My hair has never been healthier. It's never looked better. It's never looked fuller. It's never looked more voluminous. And I can confidently say my hair is not as damaged at the ends as it used to be. There's not that many split ends. It doesn't look so dry and brittle at the ends anymore. I mean, guys, you can be the judge for yourself. I did just get a haircut, so this might be a little unfair, but my ends look so much better than when I insisted on having layers and the V-shape and the face framing. It just does not work for our hair type, trust me. You want more density, you want more hair. You don't want to be chopping off and thinning off your entire hair because if you're like me, we don't have that much. Okay, we already don't have that much to work with. So let's keep as much of it as we can, which means a blunt cut is going to be your best friend. Now, the haircut that I asked for at the salon is a blunt cut with rounded corners. I didn't ask for any layers. As you can see, my entire like hair is just one length, and honestly, I like it this way. Okay, I really do like it this way. I think it feels so much better and it looks more voluminous. So that is my haircut. If you wanted that for reference, trust me, you're going to thank me when you switch your hairstyle. All right, guys, we're at rule number 5. We're almost halfway done. If you're enjoying this video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for me. I do have to admit something kind of not embarrassing, but maybe funny. I'm whispering now because I made a bet with my husband saying that if I reached 100K by the end of the year, he owed me $1,000. And then he was like, okay, and if you don't, you owe me $1,000. It is currently October and I'm still stuck in the 60s. Please help your girl out. If you love women, you will subscribe to me because then otherwise I will end up owing a man. I will end up owing a man $1,000. Yes, it's my fault for being overzealous. I made that bet. I thought I could do it. Now I'm asking for help. Please, if you are enjoying this video, don't make me owe a man. Don't do that to a woman. I make a lot of hair content. If you're enjoying the fine hair content, if you also have low porosity hair, if you like beauty, if you like makeup, if you like lifestyle, then please hit the subscribe button so you can see all of my content when it comes. All right, let's continue. We are at rule number 5, which is to use less number of products in each routine. There is absolutely no reason in the world for you to be using 5, 6, or 7 products in a routine. If you are using any more, What are you doing? What are you doing? For fine hair, you want to stay in the 2, 3, or 4 product range per routine. So let's say I just washed my hair after a hair wash day. I'm only going to use 3 to 4 products. I'm not going to use any more than that. That means that instead of using a detangler, a heat protectant, a leave-in conditioner, a leave-in serum, and then a cream, and then an oil, I'm going to literally scratch all of that, and I'm only going to use 3 to 4 of those. So what I like to do is I like to find products that are really good at multitasking. So if I'm using a detangler, I like to make sure that that detangler also has heat protectant. That way, instead of using 2 products, I'm using just 1. See, there's hacks for you guys. Find products that you can multitask with. I usually use a detangler and a heat protectant in one, and then I do a leave-in cream, and then I just use a little bit of a blowout prep. And that is it, okay? That is all I use. I don't go in with more products because more is not better. Actually, less is better, trust me. Our fine hair cannot handle so many products, so many different formulas being used in one routine. It will literally look so weighed down. It'll get so greasy, so frizzy by the end of the day. And worse, if you have low porosity hair, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna link my low porosity hair video somewhere around here so you can go look at that, because some of the tips with fine hair and low porosity hair do cross over. Low porosity hair is its own beast though, okay? So definitely go watch that. Rule number 6, which is kind of related to rule number 5, use less of each product. So rule number 5 was use less number of products, which means use 2 to 3 products in each routine. Rule number 6 is use less of each product. So that means that for each product you're using, you should not be squeezing the heck out of that tube. No, you should not. You should not be using a whole bunch, filling up your hand with moisturizer and then putting it in your hair. And then you wonder, why does my hair feel so weighed down? Why does it feel so dirty? Why does it feel so greasy? Why doesn't it style easily? You're using too much product. Again, this comes from consuming content from girls with coarse, longer, or thicker hair and thinking I should be using the same amount of product, like spritz, 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 spritz everywhere, product number 1, and then go in and squeeze product number 2 and then apply it all over your hair. That is not how it works. For fine hair specifically, you want to be using way less product. I'm gonna insert some videos so you can see as an example, but I'm literally using the smallest amount. As you can see, I'm going in with the dime-sized amount, no more than that, and that is enough for my hair. And I do have shorter hair now, so I'm trying to get used to using even less product now because I don't have the same longer hair that I used to have. But I used to think, oh, this product is, you know, it's awesome, so let me just use more of it and my hair will look even better. Wrong. That is so wrong, and I wish somebody would have told me that. The more product you're using, honestly, you're throwing away the product, 1, because you're not even using it correctly, and 2, you are just ruining your hair. It will not look good, trust me. I know it's such a habit to use so much product, but just try and teach yourself and rewire your brain to use less product. That way your fine hair won't get weighed down by so many products and so much of each product. Rule number 7, and this one, honestly, I wish I didn't have to make this rule, but some people don't understand, and that was me. I am people. Stay away from bleach and use less heat. I was one of those people that thought, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, as long as I protect my hair, as long as I use good products, invest in products, do proper aftercare, I can bleach my hair and it can still be healthy. And I know I might have some hair professionals disagree with me in the comments, but no amount of products, no matter how expensive they are, no matter how professional the products are going to save your hair from bleach. Bleach is going to kill your hair, especially if you have fine hair, because like I said in the beginning of the video, your hair is just way more delicate. Each strand is already, like, it needs to be babied, basically. Our fine hair basically needs to be babied, and you adding bleach, it will not be able to handle that. Obviously, this isn't true for everybody. Some people can dye their hair blonde, they can go back to brown, and they can go to red, and their hair looks great, their hair looks amazing. You have great genes, and honestly, I would argue that you don't have fine hair, because true fine delicate hair, especially on the thinner side like mine, is not going to be able to handle bleach. I thought for so many years, I can do the bleach, I can just, I'll follow up with proper aftercare, I'll use good products, and it didn't matter what products I used, it didn't matter how gentle I was with my hair, nothing mattered, because the bleach was just killing my hair. And ultimately I had to do a big chop my sophomore year of college to get rid of all of that bleached, damaged hair, because as time goes, that damaged hair is only gonna get more and more damaged. Honestly, it's a lost cause. So if you want to bleach your hair, go for it. It's fun. I understand. It looks cute. I'm not saying don't do it. The world will end. Like, no, if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. But you're basically also committing to chopping your hair off at some point, because that hair will never be as healthy as if you were to just leave it alone. Okay, I leave my hair alone now. I don't dye it. I even used to dye it black like 2 years ago, a year ago. I don't even do that anymore. I just let it be, and honestly, it's never been healthier. When it comes to heat, just lower the heating tools, okay? I've seen some girls with fine hair like mine use 400 degrees, 450 degrees, and I'm like, why are you using such high heat? That is one thing about fine hair, is it styles insanely easily because it's so fine. You can use a little amount of heat and it will style whichever way you want to style it. So you don't have to use so much heat, okay? The blow dryer can be on the medium setting, the Dyson lower it to medium setting. My hair straightener is always at like less than, I think it's like 350, less than 350 degrees, and that is more than enough. Your hair will be healthier, it won't get as damaged. You can even style it more often with heat without ruining it so much with high heat. All right, we are almost done. We are at rule number 8. Again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe. I do a lot of fine hair content. Plus, you can't let my husband win and then I owe him $1,000, please. A girl needs to go shopping for Christmas, what can I say? My rule number 8 for fine hair is to have good nutrition. You are not going to have better hair if you are under eating. You are not going to have better hair if you are avoiding fats and you are avoiding proteins. Proteins are fundamental building blocks for your body. The only way you're gonna grow healthy long hair, if that's your goal, is to consume enough protein. I eat as much protein as I can a day. I literally can never hit my goal because I'm like, dude, I'm full. Like, I'm literally full from the last meal. How am I supposed to eat another one? But I try to eat as much protein as I can. Every single one of my meals has protein. If I'm eating pasta, I'm also eating chicken. If I'm eating a salad, I'm also eating chicken or steak. I don't know. But I try to consume as much protein as I can with some oatmeal, with a protein smoothie, whatever your choice of protein is, or fats like avocados and nuts. Just make sure you're consuming enough a day to give your hair the nutrients that it needs to grow and give your hair the nutrients that it needs to stay on your scalp. You will experience hair loss if you are under eating, okay? I feel like lately the internet has become very concerning in terms of the body standards that are now popular again, if you know what I mean. And personally, I am not on that wave. I like to be healthy. I like to feel healthy. I like to see healthy bodies. Whatever that means for you, however you look, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you know you're healthy and you're consuming enough nutrients for your body. Because if not, your hair will fall out. I hate to tell you that, but you will have thinner hair. You will have hair that looks more and more fine every single day because you're not consuming your proteins and your fats. Of course, you can also do this with the help of supplements such as biotin or fish oil, which is healthy fats. Whatever supplements you want to consume, it doesn't matter, just as long as you make sure you're eating enough, giving your body enough energy, calories, proteins, and fats to also keep your hair nice and healthy, which in return is also going to make your skin glow. Okay, food is fuel, food is good. Rule number 9 is, can we get a drum roll for this one? Stop consuming content from girls with different hair. Okay, the girls with thick hair, the girls with coarse hair. I don't even know why I used to consume their content because clearly we don't even have the same hair type, but I tried, okay? I tried to have their hair type. I was like, maybe if I just watch their videos, maybe if I take their tips, I'll also have thick, luscious, coarse hair. Not gonna happen. It's not in my genes and it's not in yours. Do not listen to them. Do not buy the products that they recommend. They obviously clearly only work for their hair type. They're not gonna work for your hair type too. Find the girls with your similar hair type, okay? If you are a fine, thinner girly, I am right here, okay? I have a bunch of content on TikTok and Instagram as well. Just stop listening to the other girls that do not have the same hair type. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is gonna be a little controversial. A lot of them have extensions. Yeah. A lot of them don't even have real thick, coarse hair. It's extensions. So even more reason to not listen to them. Don't follow them. Don't listen to their hair content because it will never work for you. Rule number 10, and this is gonna be my last rule for this video. Be gentle with your hair and be patient, okay? I have seen a lot of girls with fine or thinner hair brushing their hair while it's wet and literally going ham. I mean, they're going in with a brush. You are not being kind to your hair. You're not being gentle with your hair. And in return, your hair is not going to be gentle to you, okay? You're going to experience fallout. You're going to experience breakage. You're going to experience overall damage, dry, brittle hair. Just be patient with your hair. When you're brushing it, brush it softly, brush it gently. When you're styling it, go section by section. Don't try and do everything at once. Don't get frustrated with your hair. Just be patient. Listen to what your hair wants. I know that sounds so like corny, but once I actually paused and started to listen to my hair and I used a product, I could tell if my hair didn't like it. I could tell if my hair was like, that product is not for me. I could tell when I'm pulling and tugging too hard, my hair will get frizzy, my hair will get more damaged. Like, just be patient with your hair, listen to your hair, and overall, be gentle. Like I said, our fine hair is just, it's more delicate. It needs to be babied, so you need to be more gentle. All right, guys, that was the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video on fine, thinner hair, and I hope you take some of my tips home with you today and practice them, and I promise you, you will see all of the difference and you will thank me later. If this is the first video you're watching on fine hair, don't worry, I have a couple more on my YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you can watch more when I upload them. I also have a ton more content on fine and low porosity hair on TikTok and Instagram, so don't forget to follow me on there too. Remember, our hair is a gift. It's a part of who we are. Be gentle with your hair. Be patient with your hair. Your hair is beautiful. Your hair is stunning. You just have to learn how to work with it, okay? If you are like me, I used to get frustrated with my hair. I didn't understand it. I always wished I had different hair. I wished I had different jeans at one point. But now I'm like, you know what? This is my hair and I love her because I finally understand her, and that's all it takes sometimes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you next week for the next one.